So, I recently posted the best makeup of 2024. So, if you want to see of all of the hundreds of products I tried this year, what the best were, check that out. But naturally, when we go from best, the next step, the worst. So for today's video, of the 420 products that I tried this year, not including eyeshadow palettes actually, so it was more than that, but I went through and counted my speed reviews numbers and it equated to 419. I don't know how many palettes I've tried this year. It's actually close to 500. Anyways, but of the almost 500 products that I tried this year, these are the worst. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, there was a lot of products I did not like this year, but I really tried to restrain myself from talking trash because there's a lot of products that I didn't like this year simply because I was disappointed, I had higher expectations, they just weren't for me. But I tried to put my feelings aside and pull products that like I legitimately wouldn't recommend for everybody. Like, there were a lot of bad products that I tried this year, but these are like horrible, not functional. There were lots of products I didn't like this year, but these, like, I don't think anybody would like. So I tried to be considerate of that, of like what I don't like doesn't mean somebody else won't like them. These are the worst. The worst. Okay. I'm delaying getting this going. I don't know why I've decided to put this on my face as I go, honestly. I don't know. So that you can see the bad work in action. Come closer, I guess. Oh, obviously I do want to put the disclaimer. Of course, this is just my opinion. Seriously, if you like any of these products, and I know there will be some of you, comment it down below. Let me know what you like about it. That is the beauty and the point of reviews. Everybody's opinions are different. So, the first product that I have, I literally lied to you about because I've told you in the past that it wasn't that bad. It's bad. It's an SPF. So this is from Rephr. It's the Environmental Shield Multivitamin Clear Coat Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I like this because it was clear, but it is slippy slidey. Any makeup you put over top is going to move all around your face. Even if you don't put anything on top, like I've gone running with this and stuff since I didn't like it under makeup, it was like getting into my eyes. I don't know. I'm going to apply like the tiniest amount just because we're here, but this is horrible and I always have to wash my hands after because they feel so greasy. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do like even that I'm scared about. But it kind of feels good when you first apply it, you know, but it doesn't like dry down. It continues to just sit on top of the skin and be slippy slidey. So this is going to be a great base to set us off on the right foot for all of these other amazing products that I'm trying on today. Yeah, don't try this. Don't recommend it. I'm trying not to be too rude, but I can't help it. I'm too sassy. So the next product that I have is the worst primer that has ever graced my face. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna use it. Normally I wouldn't. This is the Hard Candy Girl Scouts Canvas Primer. Honestly, I thought the idea of the Girl Scouts collection was so cool and cool packaging. Come out. I'm just gonna do half of my face. This doesn't even deserve to be used on the whole face. So this makes me green.
Oh my god.
Like I just put only a little bit on and you can see it is totally discoloring my face. If I put too much on, I am blending this out for like 2 minutes in order to get it to look skin color, but with just a little bit. It's okay, but if I add too much, it is way too hard to blend out. Like you see how horrible of a color that is? It just doesn't soak into the skin well enough. And then there's like a 90% chance that whatever I put over top of this is going to start peeling, looking terrible. It's just super unreliable. It's more reliable to peel than it is to not peel. Don't recommend this, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna start with like the better of the worst. So first is the ABH Beauty Balm. What do they call this? Yeah, the Serum Boosted Skin Tint. I think skin tints must be difficult to formulate because the 3 base products that I have are skin tints. I actually don't have a foundation. Oh, my foundation brush fell. I don't have a foundation in today's video. So this one I don't like because you really can't pair it with any other. Am I peeling already? I haven't even like gotten anywhere with this. I guess it's from the hard candy. This will peel with so much as well. I read a recommendation where you should only use this on bare skin because it does have skincare ingredients, and those skincare ingredients do not react well with other ingredients. Proven, let me tell you. So I can get it to work and not peel on my own bare skin, but I don't want to have to do that. I want to use my own skincare because my skin has its own needs than what the skin tint can provide. And I don't know if you can see, it is like pilling up. Not as bad. I'm trying to press it in, but I'm just like getting stringy from this. I cannot keep pushing my brush in because it's gonna start getting patchy on me and picking up. And that's a combo between the skin tint and the hard candy primer, but it's just a bad combo. Not to mention, even when this doesn't peel with whatever products I have underneath, it kind of sits on top of the skin. I just don't really like the way it looks as well, but if I didn't like the way that it looked, like, it wouldn't be in this video. It's more than that. It pills, it's unusable. Don't recommend this personally, but I know opinions are mixed on this. There are some people, a lot of people that do like this. I just haven't had an experience where it was good. So this next one's probably my favorite of the worst products I put on my face this year. This is the Super Goop Protect Tint. So whereas I said the ABH had a 90% chance of not working, I would say this has like a 50% chance of not working. Like, the stakes are lower here. And I've actually had a couple good wears with this product. This should wear a little bit better on this side because I don't have that stupid primer underneath, but I find that this always looks uneven on my skin. I just can't get even coverage with this, which is interesting because it's a skin tint. I shouldn't really be able to tell if the coverage is uneven. Of course, it is a true tint, so pay no mind to the fact that there's like no coverage with this. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I just have an issue with having to build up the product in different places because it applies so inconsistently and then it sticks to dry patches and shows streaks. It kind of is soaking into the pores so you can see the texture on my face. What is this? Like, this is not the worst thing I've ever put on my face, but it truly is one of the worst skin tints that I've tried this year. I just don't love it 50% of the time, and that is not a very good success rate. So while that one wasn't the worst product I've put on my face, let me show you what is. Like, truly, I think this is the worst product I've put on my face. It's competing. I just realized I forgot one. Let me go grab it. I totally forgot I tried this year. I thought it was last year. Anyways, so these are the two worst products that I've put on my face this year. So the first one that I have is from Physicians Formula. This is the Diamond Perfector Mineral Wear BB Cream. So this one is chunky on my face. It's the strangest thing. I've never used a product before that does this, but the product literally chunks up on my face. It's not an even application. I haven't even been able to get out of the house with this. Even with the worst stuff, I can make it work to not have to redo my makeup. Not this. This is horrible. Chunky, clumpy, like spoiled milk. It's disgusting. The other horrible bad one, also cannot get out of the house with this, is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint. I'm speechless, honestly. It is literally attracted to dry patches, fine lines that do not exist. How a skin tint, which is supposed to be hydrating, makes my skin look like I haven't had a drink of water in weeks. How it does that, I do not know. Also very uneven. Also, my face feels sticky after this. There is no redeeming qualities to this, which is crazy because Bobbi Brown's such a good brand. They have so many staples. Like, I'm talking mad trash about this, but Bobbi Brown is a good brand. But this, awful. Listen, you can probably get by with the ABH and the Supergoop, but these two, passionately hate. Passionately. Okay, the first concealer that I have is from Rephr. This is their concealer. I don't see the name of it. You know what? This one I can wear out. Those other two skin tints I cannot. This one I can wear out, but I just find this makes my under eyes look extremely textured. It never wears well. I always look extremely dry on the under eyes when I wear this. This one has about a 50% success rate, meaning I've worn this and I haven't minded it, but for the most part, a product shouldn't be so inconsistent. We all have our bad makeup days, and that's fine. Sometimes a product doesn't perform 100% of the time, but do you see how dry this makes my under eyes look and textured? It like grabs onto these little lumps and bumps that I feel like aren't too visible to the naked eye, but suddenly it becomes visible to the naked eye. Not smoothing at all. It looks like a bumpy road on the under eyes. So for that reason, this is in today's video. The other concealer that I have is from Saie. This is their Slip Tint Concealer. She's slippery. I think what Saie was going for was a very hydrating, thin concealer, something that's really flexible to the under eye, but they overdid it to the point where this travels into so many fine lines. I'm telling you, you will see fine lines that were hardly in development, that you didn't even know existed. It's just like when this sits on the under eyes, there's no set down to it, so it starts to travel and collect into, once again, not visible to the naked eye, fine lines, which are very quickly brought to your attention. It has ruined my self-esteem. Looking at it like, oh, I didn't know I was getting this wrinkly. So we can't be having that. It doesn't set down. It is a really nice thin consistency, which is what they were going for. But this baby travels. So pass on this. I don't have any bronzers. I guess that's good. We'll go straight to liquid blush. I feel like liquid and cream blush are kind of hard to mess up, but Maybelline did. She found a way. So this is the Maybelline Sun Kisser blush, and I was so excited about these because these are the same packaging as a lip gloss that they sell, and I love, 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 love that lip gloss. So I was like, Maybelline's got this down. They have access to great formulas. What could go wrong? Like, these colors are also beautiful. It is okay that my makeup looks terrible right now. I'm not leaving. I knew I was filming this video today. So this one, both of the colors that I have kind of soak into the skin like water, and they leave little to no pigment behind. Maybe it's just the two shades that I have, but it just disappears. Like, where did it go? The only thing that it did was leave behind the gold glitter and leave texture behind on the cheek. So they just disintegrate into my makeup and then cause the makeup to break down. I'm going to use the other one that I have, this pink one. These have a nice thin consistency, but they leave nothing behind but texture. Ugh. Huh. Look. Let me just leave the light down so you can really see how this sits on the skin. Like this, not okay. Not okay. Just breaks down the makeup underneath and has the audacity to really not have much pigment. Huh? I'm trying to move through these. Next up, powder blush. This is probably one of the least disappointing things in today's video, but genuinely just very bad because of how much money they're asking for it. And I discovered this recently, and funny enough, this formula was in my #1 favorites of 2024. Okay? It wasn't my best of 2024 video. But this shade, Orgasm, and the reason I'm putting this in this video is because they've changed the OG Orgasm formula in all the worst ways possible. And I don't know what it is about this shade specifically and why they did that, but I know for a fact this is different than the original, than the icon that once was. I feel like I sound really angry today. I promise you I'm not. I don't really care that much. It's just makeup, but I'm sounding a little mad. Okay, so this one, I don't like it because I remember in my old days of Orgasm, this was more of like a coral color, and it looks very fair. And then when I get it on the cheek, I see glitter flecks. Now, Orgasm has always had a gold shift to it, but not the glitter flecks. And then, honestly, the gold shift is the most visible part to this product, which I don't mind a little shift, but I don't want my whole cheek to be gold when I turn. And I had somebody comment, and I wholeheartedly agree with this. She has a deeper complexion, and she said, you know, she used Orgasm back in the day, and then she bought the new formulation, and it doesn't show up at all. This has so little pigmentation to it. It's so much lighter, less vibrant than the original. Like, look at this.
Huh?
At this price point for such an iconic, literally, you guys, iconic, many years as a bestseller, this is what we're getting. It's dry, it's not pigmented. I just think that that is wild. Okay, let's move on to highlighters. First and foremost, this launch in general was a hot mess express. The Patrick Ta cream and powder light reflecting highlighter duos. Mine came broken, shattered for one, which is the fault of Sephora. Not really their fault. But there are so many inconsistencies in these. I have some fresh ones that they sent me. Very kind of them. It didn't change the fact that these are still very bad. I was very excited about this because Patrick Ta is known for his blush duos where there's a cream blush and a powder blush. So he came out with a highlighter. And I bought 3 different shades. And I noticed that one of the shades of mine came, why do I have 2 pink ones? Okay. One of the shades of mine, the cream came ooey and gooey and sticky, and I thought that was the strangest thing, and it was not pretty on the face. It messed up my makeup underneath. And then I had a couple come shattered because this is so soft, and they didn't even sit pretty on the skin. And it made my face sticky. Like my hair was sticking to it. Okay, so this feels like Vaseline / lip gloss on my face. Remember, it doesn't like set down, so my face is sticky. This is like editorial, like you're gonna wear on a red carpet, but make sure you have somebody that can ensure that your hair is not sticking on your face. That's something that I struggle with. My graduation photo, when I'm shaking the hand of the president of the college, I have something going across my forehead. So I'm always conscious of that. I don't want anything to stick to my face. So this cream that I just put on my face, it broke up the product. And then this powder kind of seals the deal on it looking broken up. So it sets the broken up look. But I know Patrick Ta says use the powder first, okay? I don't even think the powder's that pretty on its own. Like, it's fine. Gets the job done. Like, I'm not mad at it. If it was just the powder, we wouldn't be here in today's video. But this cream, even over top how he recommends it, it just disrupts the product underneath. It doesn't look very good. And now my hair is going to stick to it for the rest of the day. I just sealed the deal on that. Not a good product overall. Not a good launch. Definitely not for the price point that they are charging as well. Too many inconsistencies. Yikes. And then the other highlighter that I have that I don't like is from Natasha Denona. She was really trying to do something different, so I'll give her points for that, give her flowers for trying to be different. But this is the Hygen Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. It's this strange kind of putty consistency, which I've had with other products. And it's interesting, she markets this that you can mix her primer to get a super glowy look. I just find that this looks chunky on my face, even mixed in with the primer, not mixed in with the primer that she has. It's just an awkward consistent. I'm sorry, I put that highlighter on both of my cheeks already, so I don't have a good base to really work with here. But I just find that this looks chunky on my face. You can kind of see it getting a little bit chunky and textured here. It does not help with the Patrick Ta underneath. That really elevated the situation to make it worse. So, you know, the Natasha Denona is not as bad as it looks right now, but it's still very bad, especially with the standard that I put Natasha Denona at. And you know what? I'll let her have her bad product. They all have to have one. It's just so much better in other categories, but this highlight was strange and just not good. Oh my god, if you're a brand watching this, please exit this video. You are not welcome here. Not welcome. I need to talk to my people. I have this setting spray that I'm going to use last. because, let me just mention this really fast. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. I heard great things about this, but people forgot to mention how potent it is and how it needs to be the last thing that you do. So the first time that I used this, I set my face at this point in the makeup game. I still had some eye makeup, some lip makeup I had to do. This puts a layer of, I don't even know what, over this skin. So when I started doing my brows and my eyeshadow, that layer started peeling up and the makeup underneath started peeling off. And that was reason enough for me to never want to use this product again. I have one time since then for a demo, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the last time that I use this. Do you hear me? And it has to go at the end because I'm talking my lip liner was peeling off because of this. Eyebrows, I do have one eyebrow gel, and I think the reason that I'm putting this in this video is because it was so highly rated. This is the Coffee Free the Brow Gel. It's kind of like a copycat style of the Rephr. I think Rephr was the first known brand at Sephora to have a product like this, and I like the Rephr. And you will be fooled by this product at first, because when you first use it, trust the process. When you first use it, you're going to be like, wow, this has amazing hold. But trust me when I say that this hold that you see is not going to last. In fact, I find that this product literally weighs my brows down and makes them fall lower than they would have without the product. So it always starts off looking really nice. I mean, I'm going to go a little crazy today, just to show you where my brows are at the end of the day. Okay? I wouldn't actually wear my brows out like this. Well, I would have when these brows were more trending. Not exactly like this, but, you know, it was fun. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this, and we're gonna evaluate the behavior at the end of this. Until then, let's get on to the eyes. I actually have quite a few little eyeshadow products. So the first one that I have is from Jones Road. These are the Just a Sec eyeshadows. I really wanted to like these, but they do not have the wear that I was hoping for. In fact, they're pretty almost unwearable. If you watch my channel, you know I was on a journey this year for the best individual shadows, the best eyeshadow sticks. Just really simplify. This is user error. Ignore me. Oh, ignore me. But I was just really trying to find the best simplified products for a nice, easy makeup look. And I looked into this because I like the consistency of this. It's almost like a putty. So it feels a little bit powdery, but you have some time to blend it out, almost like a cream. But unfortunately, this creases like no other product I have ever used on the eyes. It starts off pretty, it starts off sheer, how I like it, but I just find as the day goes on, I have all types of creasing on my eyelid whenever I wear this, and it's faded. So the longevity on this is short. Very, very, very short. It does not exist. There is no such thing as longevity with this is the issue. So it doesn't set down. You can probably get longer wear with this if you set it with a powder, but the point is you shouldn't have to. And yes, my makeup looks bad. No, I'm not trying to get a good look because there's no point. These are bad. So hopefully this won't get too creasy by the end of the video, but I've worn these many times and they're just not wearable. Okay, the next eyeshadow palettes that I have. So earlier in the year, Huda Beauty launched these creamy palettes. So the mattes are fine. It's the creams that are super duper creasy. Both of these palettes have no wear time to them whatsoever. And I am not somebody who struggles with wear time or creasing. I do not have an oily eyelid, which is why I'm really honing in on that point, because if it don't work for me, it's not going to work for anybody. Now, this one was a little bit better, like I could get a look with this, but the creams in here they just mush on the eyelid. If you have a hooded eyelid, these will transfer, the color will mush together, all of the definition work that you put in and the detail work that you put in will go to waste, and it's just going to fade. So wear time on these, awful, do not recommend. Also, these were a huge disappointment to me from Kaja. These are the Beauty Bento eyeshadows. which I have spent quite literal years recommending to you guys because the quality on these blew my mind. And they launched Taro Bubble Tea and Cold Brew this year, and I was so excited because I loved the tones of both of the colors in these palettes. Obviously, Taro gives you a little bit more purple, and then the Cold Brew gives you this cool tone brown wearable one. And I was excited for these as well because the top layer of these has this really textured glimmery shadow, which seems to be a really trending texture this year in eyeshadows. But unfortunately, this does not match up to the other beauty bentos that I've tried. These are a chunky formula, like super thick. You have to be super careful. This looks pretty, don't get me wrong. I can get it to look pretty, but it's because I know how to work the formula. This is not the refined formula of the original beauty bentos. I am not happy with this change. Like, this is not great. And it's super thick and sticky. You have to be sure not to press too hard because if you collect too much of the pigment, it's gonna be really chunky on the eyelid. So I was about to say, I'm so skilled at makeup. I have some makeup skill, right? And I review makeup for a living, so I know how to make this work. But I just think for the average person, this is a bad formula. It can look pretty, don't get me wrong, but it's bad, you guys. And then the last eyeshadow product that I have that I do not recommend is from Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Luminous Legends Eyeshadow Duo in Celestial Jade. Now, this formula from Pat McGrath you do have to be careful with in general because the shimmers don't really adhere to the lid very well. So you might want to utilize glitter glue, a wet brush. Don't do your face makeup first. But I can get past that. I can get a pretty look from the formula. But I've noticed with this duo is that these do not have wear time either. This, I love the look that I got from this. I put the green in the outer corner, the gold in the inner part of the eye, and it was stunning. But within 2 hours, it had faded to be such a dull look. And I just find that to be unacceptable for Pat McGrath, considering she is known as a luxury makeup brand, or the brand is known, not Pat McGrath. Just a bad formula. No good wear time to that at all. Let's move on to a couple mascaras that I've pulled that did not get the job done, if you ask me, and my little lashes. Now, do keep in mind, I do not have very nice lashes. They're quite short, sparse, and thin. They're very straight, so I'm very particular about a mascara not weighing down my lashes. So we'll start off with the Essence Call Me Queen mascara. This is one of the flakiest mascaras I've ever used, and it's just funny because Essence is known for their mascaras, but this one is really particularly flaky. I mean, I'm talking at the end of the day, I have black marks all over my face. The wand is spiky, and if you touch the wrong area, it can hurt. So you just gotta be careful. And I find that it is a very heavy mascara. It does not curl my lashes at all, and it applies a little bit uneven. But for me, the main issue I have with this is the flakiness. And then this one I wanted to throw in because it is quite popular. So I wanted to throw in my 2 cents on the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. The hatred begins with the wand here. It has this hourglass shape, which I find to apply the product uneven. I kind of have to go through with the front ball to make sure that the mascara is blended. It's a really heavy formula as well, so it makes my lashes droop, which makes my eyes look droopy, so it's not flattering. Yeah, I mean, I always say I'm not the best person to judge a mascara because I'm not working with much to begin with, and my lashes are so straight that I find my experiences with mascara are different than other people's. But I wasn't a fan of these. I wanted to mention that. Now, working our way into lips. So I have a lipstick here first and foremost. These are the Skin by Kim matte lipsticks, which this was quite the launch this year because she had resurrected the original KKW Beauty, and she came out with like the driest lipsticks known to man, the most unflattering lipsticks known to man. Now it's winter. My lips are dry and chapped. The inevitable has happened, as what happens to most people in the winter. this formula, it's funny because it doesn't feel too drying. Like, it feels like a matte lipstick, but nothing to complain about. In fact, it feels quite lightweight and plush. But how dry and disgusting this sits on the lips, feeling wise, it's not bad. Visually, it ages the lips. I mean, even in her promo photos, you could see the lines of the lips, and the model, who I think was Kim, has lip filler. They have their lips smoothed out. And this product was emphasizing the lines on the lips in the marketing photos. And I mean, they may have gone for that because it's like shown on a more natural lip, even though it's not. But listen, if the lines are showing on a lip with lip filler, imagine the lines that are going to show on somebody without lip filler. Crusty. These look crusty. Now, the last lip product that I have is from Summer Fridays, and these were the highly anticipated lip oils. But I feel like they just took the term oil too literally. These slip and slide all over my lips, and they're super watery. And don't get it twisted, the Summer Fridays lip butter bombs are the real deal. But these, let me just begin by saying I do prefer a lip oil that is thicker by nature. But these are so thin to the point, like I said, that they just slip and slide everywhere, and they have zero longevity to them. They slip right off. They don't stay on the lips. They're just, I'm never going to reach for these because there are so many good lip oils on the market, and it's just odd because they have such a good butter balm formulation that, to be honest, if they put a little bit more gloss in there and put it in a lip oil bottle, it would be better than this, and it would sell very well as a lip oil. I don't know how it works. I don't know if that's how it would work. But anyways, closer to that formula, far away from this formula, because it is not good. But we're not done with the makeup yet. That was my last product I wanted to talk about. But I get to finish off this masterpiece with that setting spray. I'm going to make sure I am far away from my face right now. Don't breathe, don't breathe. I hate it because it gets in my hair and makes my hair stiff because it is actual hairspray. This smells like chemicals. I feel like my eyes are going to burn off if I open them too soon. Okay, I'll give this credit though. I bet you it does make your makeup last. I'm telling you, it puts like a layer, a barrier over the skin, but do not dare try to put any makeup over top because it will peel off. So maybe it's just a little too good to the point where it's not really functional. The final step to bring any makeup look back to life. Just gonna get one last curl of the lashes. My skin, hold on, let's do an evaluation. Come back. Ugh, my lashes just went straight back down to drooping, especially with this. Which one did I put here? The Essence. Look at my under eyes. Thick and cakey and dry. This is the Rephr. Say's doing okay, but you can see what I mean, how it really travels. And it like continues, like the veining starts all the way down there too. But actually the Rephr is even worse off today, which I find to be interesting. The brows, you know how I put them straight up? They've fallen so low, and it just like, I swear as the day goes on, the brows continue to just go down and down. I covered the Jones Road, so we can't see the creasing action that would be present. We're not finishing this video looking too hot, but that was not the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the worst products of 2024. I do not recommend any of these products to you, if I'm being honest. I just don't. If you like these products, oh my gosh, please share your experience down below, because what I say, it's not that serious. Everybody has different opinions and different experiences with products, and if it weren't that way, then there wouldn't be so many options on the market. These were just my experiences. I feel like you can tell I'm not a liar by how bad my makeup looks. That's just how these products sit on my skin. So I hope you guys got some entertainment out of this video, but if you're looking for actual good products, make sure you check out my best makeup of 2024. And remember, of the almost 500 products that I've tried this year, these were the ones that happened to make me mad and look ugly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I guess. And make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more beauty content. I still have to go over my palettes for the year, so stay tuned for that. I have to lay those out, kind of review my thoughts and my notes on those, and get those all figured out from the best to the worst. So we're not done yet with my end of year evaluations. So I'll be back when I have those ready. See you guys. Have a good one.
It's delicious.